Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Math 10C, Chapter 7, Lesson 1, Developing Systems of Linear Equations. Now, note here, guys, we will be making the equations, and I'll be giving you answers to check, but we won't be solving them today. That's the next couple lessons. So here we're turning words into an equation. So let's get going. Tickets are sold for the school play. Felix buys 3 adult tickets and 2 student tickets. He pays $31. Ellen buys 1 adult ticket and 1 student ticket. She pays $12. Now, can we turn these words into equations? Well, of course we can. So Felix's equation, he buys 3 adult tickets and 2 student tickets and pays $31. So what should we call the adult tickets? So I'm going to call them A. We could call it X, B, 1183, whatever, and 2 student tickets. So what should we call the 2 student tickets? 2S. And he pays how much? $31. So this is most of the lesson right here. Now, Ellen buys 1 adult ticket and 1 student ticket, and she pays $12. So these 2 equations form a system of linear equations. And as I said, next lesson we will solve these. But for the moment, we're just making the equations, words into equations. So a system of linear equations, that is, we have 2 equations of linear functions in the same 2 variables. It's often referred to as a linear system. And I want to stress here, there's no x squares, no x cubes, no nothing. It's just x and y's, or in this case, a and s. So 3a plus 2s is 31. That was Felix. And Felix and what was the other young lady's name? Ellen. So a solution of a linear system is a pair of values that satisfy both equations. Okay? So solving this is tomorrow. Okay? Today, we're just coming up with equations. Now, the other thing in this lesson is identifying or checking. If I give you the answer, does it work? So which pair of values is the solution for this linear system? Well, here's the linear system here. Now remember, that's just a fancy way of saying the 2 equations. So we have 2 possible answers here. A, C is 4 and D is 1. Or B, C is minus 2 and D is minus 2. So I don't know which one works. Let's check. So in this one here, it is C equals 2D plus 2. So in this case, C is 4 and D is 1. So every time we see C, we replace it with 4. Every time we see D, we replace it with 1. So 2 times 1 is 2 plus 2, 4 equals 4. So it works for the first equation. Always, 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 always. And may I suggest always check both equations just because I'm a poopy head. The other equation is C plus 2D equals minus 6. Would I give you an answer that works for one of them and not both? Would I be that evil? Yes, I would be. So 2 times 1 is 2, 4 plus 2. Does 6 equal minus 6? No. No, this first one doesn't work. Actually, then let me change that color. I want something bold and contrasting, and I'm using all my bold and contrasting colors, so just go. No, doesn't work. All right. So the first pair of the first answers don't work, so let's try the second. C is minus 2 and D is minus 2. So the first equation, C equals 2D plus 2. So C is minus 2 and D is minus 2. So every time we see the letter C, we replace it with minus 2. Every time we see the letter D, we replace it with minus 2. So minus 2 equals 2 times minus 2 is minus 4 plus 2. Minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2, I believe. Woohoo! It works. But where have we seen it works before for one of them? Really quite recently. So let's check the other one. What is it? Oh, c plus 2d equals minus 6. So here we're going c is minus 2, d is minus 2. Okay. 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. So what is minus 2 plus minus 4? Minus 6 equals minus 6. So, woohoo! It works for both of them. Actually, I should put a check mark there because it did work for the first one. So yes, it works for both of them in the second one. So the answer that works is minus 2, c is minus 2, and d is minus 2. And once again, today I'll be giving you answers you got to check. Tomorrow we'll be developing the answers. So here we go. Which pair of values is the solution for this linear system? So here's our two equations. M plus n equals minus 3, and m equals 3n plus 5. So I have two solutions here, solution A and solution B. All right, I'm going to do solution A. Actually, no. I'm going to pause the recording. We'll both do solution A and come back and compare answers. Okay, so here's the two equations. So plugging the numbers in, m plus n equals minus 3. Double check and make certain I copied out the equation correctly. Every time I see m, I replace with minus 4, and n I replace with 1. And I got minus 3 equals minus 3, so that works. Now, the next one, so it's m equals 3n plus 5. Every time I see m, replace with minus 4, 3, n with 1. Keep on going, and I get 4 equals minus 4 equals 8. Nope. So no, that solution doesn't work. Now, does the second solution work? So it says which pair, so it's probably B. Once again, I'm going to pause the recording. You guys compare your answers, come back and check, all right? Okay, guys. So coming back and double checking, when m is minus 1 and n is 2, m plus n is minus 3, which equals minus 3, yes. And the second equation, m plus 3n equals 5. Every time I see m, I replace it with minus 1. Every time I see n, replace it with minus 2, and I got minus 1 equals minus 1, so yes. Those are the solutions, right? So can you plug the numbers in and solve? I hope. All right, now, getting back to making the equations, the other part of this equation that's a bit iffy, or you guys need to practice on. So here, using a diagram to model a situation. So the perimeter of a Nunavut, good morning. The perimeter of a Nunavut flag is 16 feet. The length is 2 feet longer than its width. So draw a diagram. Length, width. Okay. Now, a linear system to represent this. What do we know? Well, first things first, the perimeter is 16 feet. So what do we know about the perimeter of a rectangle? WL, so twice the length plus twice the width is 16. And what was the other bit of information we put in there? Its length is 2 feet longer than its width. Length is 2 plus W, width plus 2. Okay? Now, so far so good? Now, I want to pause here for a second and point out a couple things. Here we're coming up with the equations. Now, for this equation, somebody will say, and they always do, why can't we go length minus 2 equals W? Well, it's the same equation. Subtract 2 from this side, subtract 2 from this side, we get the same equation. So there's more than one way to write out this equation. When I'm doing this as a video, you're not here to say, oh, Mr. Sutton, why don't we do it this way? So I'm just going to do it whatever way, well, what way I think is easiest. But of course, it doesn't matter if you rearrange the equation, you will get the exact same answer. Okay? It doesn't matter, so I'm just going to leave it like this, if you don't mind. 2 plus W. It's 2 feet longer than its width. L, 2, W. Longer or more than. Okay, just like it's written in the sentence. Okay, now, here's our two equations. That's the big part of this lesson. The smaller part of the lesson is checking the answers. Denise has determined the Nunavut flag is 5 feet long and 3 feet wide. Is she right? I don't know. 5 feet. L equals 5. W equals 3. Check these answers. Now, we just came up with the equation. 2L plus 2W is 16. The other equation was L equals 2 plus W. Okay, so let's check them. So every time we see L, we replace it with 5. Every time we see W, we replace it with 3. Two times 5 is 10. 2 times 3 is 6. 16. 16 equals 16. Yes, so far so good. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, we've got to check the second equation because I'm a poopy head and I will do nasty things to you just because I enjoy hurting your brains. Anyway, so every time we see L, we replace it with 5. Every time we see W, we replace it with 3. So 5 equals 2 plus 3, 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. Yes. So the question was, is she right? Yes. Okay. Okay, so that's most of the lesson. Now, how can I be a poopy head? Well, I don't want to say poopy head, but I want you to practice more coming up with these equations because that's the thing you guys have trouble with. If I give you the equations, go check for L is 5 and W is 3, you can do it. It's this turning it into equations that people have trouble with, so I want to do a little more practice. Now, here, I'm going to show you how to do it using a table. All right? Some people are, organized people, not me, because you've seen my desk and my table and my other table. I think I have another table in my room which is buried under stuff. Anyway, getting back to this. RMSS sold 175 smoothies for a charity. A banana smoothie costs $3 and a peach mango smoothie costs $5. The school raised $625. Now, some people want to be really organized and use a table. Good for them. So, a banana smoothie is $3. How many we sell, I don't know. I'm going to call it B. Now, I will point out in math, often we use X or Y, but I'm using B as in banana. Okay? And $3 each. So the total is $3 for every peach mango, so every banana mango sold, so it'd be 3 times B. So let's do the same thing for peach mangoes. So what was the price of a peach mango smoothie? Well, peach mango cost $5. So, how many did we sell? I don't know. I'm going to say peach mango. No, mango speak English goodly good. So, we sold 5p of them. Now, what can we say about the total? Well, here we ignore this because the price, we don't ask for total price. We do want the total number sold, B plus P. Okay? And money raised is 3B plus 5P. Now, so far so good? Actually not, because I made a classic beginner's mistake. I forgot to read the entire question. Okay? RMSS sold 175 smoothies. So B plus P is 175. So I should be writing 175 down here. So I actually have a number because Mr. Sutton didn't read the equation like he's supposed to. Wombat. And how much money did we raise? $625. See, it actually helps to read the question, then answer it. Anyway, so now we can turn these into two equations. The number sold, B plus P equals 175, and money raised, 3B plus 5p is 625. All right? So far, so good. Now, let's see if I can embarrass myself again in the next question. And what do you want to see now? Linear systems. The school sold 125 banana smoothies and 50 peach mango smoothies. Verify these numbers. So let me see. We are saying B is 125 and 50 peach mangoes. Peach is 50. So check. Now, what were the two equations? Oh, you fudge nugget. I meant that. All right. So here's our two equations. Let's check them. So B plus P is 175. So every time we see B, we replace it with 125. Every time we see P, we replace it with 50. So 125, yeah, 175 equals 175. I'm okay with that. Let's check the other one. Now, got to grab Mr. Graphing Calculator because too much work. Now, B is 125. So every time we see B, it's 125. Every time we see P, it's 50. So this is 3 times 125 plus 5 times 50 equals 625, I hope. Wow. Okay. 3 times 25 is 375. This should be 375. 5 times 50 is 250, 250. 375, 575. Oh, sorry. Those of you going, how can Mr. Sutton do that so quick in his head? Think of $1.25 for the bag of chips and 50 cents for the candies. 5 50-cent candies is $2.50, and 3 bags of chips at $1.25 is $3.75. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Rasmussen, my high school math teacher. Anyway. So yeah. Yes, these numbers are correct. So, can we come up with the equation and can we check the answers? Solving it is tomorrow. So, let's try one more. Let's see if I can embarrass myself again. Terry works in a co-op that sells small and large bags of wild rice harvested in Saskatchewan. Write a linear system to model this. Now we're going, okay, what the heck? Pictures. No words, just to confuse you. Okay, so remember this is a balancer scale. So this side equals this side. So what have we got here? 3 x's and a y equals 10 plus 5 plus 2, or 3x plus y, should go kilograms, because that is 17 kilograms. Okay? And what can we say about this other equation here? Well, you've got 1x equals y plus 3 kilograms. 1 plus 1, yeah, I'm sorry, I skipped a step there. I really should be going 1 kilogram plus 1 kilogram plus 1 kilogram. But I just went 1, 1, 1 is 3. Y plus 3 kilograms. Okay, so this is the hard part of the lesson. Can we turn the words or the picture? Actually, this is easy. Turning a picture into an equation. All right, so what we got here. All right, don't copy. Could the large bags have a mass of 5 kilograms, the small bags have a mass of 2 kilos? Okay. Now, back to the picture here. Oh, sorry. The equations are 3x plus y equals 17. And the other equation was x equals y plus 3. Now, go back here. Which is large and which is small? X, notice the x is much bigger than the y. So that's x, so y is 2. So every time you see an x, replace it with 5. Every time you see a y, replace it with 2. 3 times 5 is 15. Plus 2 is 17. 17 equals 17. This works. Now, let's check the other one, just because I'm evil and I'm out to confuse you and hurt your brain. Every time you see x, replace it with 5, and y, replace it with 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 equals 5, yes. So remember to answer the question. Could the large bags yet have a mass of 5? Yes. So on the quiz question, it's yes or no, and prove. Okay? Now, that's it for me. If you've got a question, shoot me an email. Otherwise, work on the check your understanding questions, and I'll see you in class tomorrow. Have a good day. Good day.